So recapping, the first of our reasons, 5 reasons why we see business plans as failing was not having a plan. And we're now going to look at the second one of those, which is not having specific goals. We're also going to talk about failing to implement your plan, a lack of accountability, and not measuring the results. But right now we're going to focus on not having specific goals. And why is that important? Why is that important? It's good to have a plan. Often though, when I ask business owners, what is your plan for the next year? We want to make more profit, is the response. How much profit? How much profit do you need to make? How much would you like your lifestyle to improve by? And what extra amount of income do you need to support that? We need to be more specific. Just having a goal that we want to increase sales. How much do you need to increase sales by? How much do we need to increase the profit on those sales by? We need to be more specific. Because if we don't have specific goals, it's like aiming blindly. And when we have specific goals, we can then go and look at specific actions we need to take. Because if we know exactly what we want to achieve and where we're starting from, we can know what steps we need to take. What are the right steps? What are the right actions we should be doing? What are the critical things that we need to do in our business to achieve those goals that we've set? The other thing we need to put into place is a specific time frame for each action. So we need to put some time frames in, because if we don't put time frames in, it's an open-ended position. You know, we might want to increase our sales by $100,000. When by? Oh, we'd just like to get there. Yeah. So if we push it off, we're not going to take the steps. It's not going to be urgent for us. So we need to set some time frames. Often people look at a year or 3 years and 5 years. They're good time frames to set, but we need to set some more specific ones. So setting some 90-day goals. What are you going to achieve in the next 90 days? Because that gives you enough time to do the work, to implement, and to start seeing the results. So we need to set some specific time frames. It's like when you're going to go on a holiday. There are so many things that you are able to achieve and get finished before you go, because you have set yourself a deliberate time frame that by this date, I need to have all of these things finished so I can go on my holiday and enjoy it. It's the same situation. We need to put deadlines or time frames in place for our goals, our business plan, and when we need to see the outcomes by, or when we need to have implemented the steps necessary to achieve the outcome. So we need to set a time frame. And also, in being specific, we need to say exactly what we need to achieve. So if we need to increase sales, how much do we need to increase sales by? Is it 100,000? Is it 20,000? Is it 500,000? How much we want to increase sales by depends on how much profit we want to have at the end of the day, and how much profit we need for the lifestyle that we want. For our financial plans, it might be that we want to invest. It might be we want to retire within 10 years. It might be we want to send our kids to a particular school or go on a particular holiday. How are we going to fund that? We need to know how much we need, and then that comes back to our goals, our overall goals, and how much do we need to grow our sales by and our profit by. So what are the steps that we need to take? And also, where are we starting from? Where are we starting from? So where we start determines the steps we need to take to get to our direction. So when you get in the car, you're always starting at a particular location. You know, wherever your car is, that's where you're starting. So how you get from point A to point B will depend on where your car is starting. Where is your point A and where's point B? So point B might be over here or in the distance, but how many hours it's going to take or what road do you have to take depends on where you start from. So we also need to have a very clear picture of where we are at this point in time. So what are the steps, actions, plans we need to take? So once we know where we want to go and what we need to do to get there and where we're starting from, we can actually be more specific. So it's not just enough to plan. We need to have specific, actionable, measurable tasks broken down into simple steps for us to follow. Because without that, any goal that we have, without a plan, it's just a wish. So we need to make sure that our plans are actionable with specific goals. And again, we need to know where we're starting from and where we need to be successful. So plan your actions, know what you want to achieve, work out where you're starting from, what you have available to you now and what you need to achieve, to access, what you need to do to get to that point in the future. And then your plan is going to show you how you're going to get from where you are now to where you want to be. So reason number 2 why business plans fail is there's a lack of specificness about the goals. And then when there's a lack of specificness about the goals, there's a lack of specificness about the actions you need to take. So we want to avoid that. So let's make some specific goals, and then we can determine the right actions we need to take to move our plan, our business forward, and the plan will show us how to get there.